welcome back to my channel. If you haven't already subscribed and you like the content I've been putting out, click that little subscribe button in the corner. Welcome back to my existing subscribers and viewers. Today we're going to talk about the LA garment district or fashion district and fabrics that I got a while back. Well, actually that my husband picked out a while back, and what I did with that fabric, because I was unsure, honestly, because I was just looking at that fabric and wasn't being motivated to sew with it. And due to recent circumstances, I've been on the go with making stuff because I just can't stop. I can't just sit here and think about what is happening to us. So, yeah, so I've been sewing up a lot of fabric, and yeah, anyway, let's just talk about the fashion district or garment district in downtown LA. Let's talk about Moods, let's talk about Michael Levine's, let's talk about all of those places. So last weekend I was on a roll to making garments, and Saturday morning, my husband said, let's go to downtown. Let's go look around because you've been wanting to go check out those fabric stores just to have something to do, even though we didn't have the funds to buy anything. And I was just like, absolutely, let's go, because there's a lot to look at. There's not just the garment district. There's a lot to look at in downtown LA. So we went, and we spent all morning, afternoon, and evening in LA, and it was pretty fun. I enjoyed it because you know, in the morning we went down to the garment district or the fashion district as they call it, and we walked the entire place, even the alleys that I had never been to. And even though I'm from California, I'm from Orange County, not LA County, so I kind of stuck in my zone, you know. I never had been, so to go there and to see the things that's out there, and yeah, it was just really enjoyable. So yeah, so we saw all of the little places. So there's a lot of little shops that have a lot of different fabrics, and a lot of it's to make like big wedding dresses or prom dresses, you know, quinceañera dresses, you know, big stuff, you know, a lot of beautiful lace and stuff like that. So there was a lot of shops that had that. There was a few upholstery shops and a lot of shops that had to make garments. So, you know, I was taking it all in, looking at all these little places. And what I was really looking for, and the reason why I did want to go on, I wanted to go just to go, because being in the house all the time can get to you. So what I was mainly looking for was a place to buy supplies like, you know, interfacing and D-rings and swivel clasps and locks and, you know, stuff like that. That's what I was hoping to find down there in downtown LA. I did not find a place where I can buy that. However, I did find a place where I can buy a lot of things for my jewelry making for dirt cheap, and it was good quality. And I was like, wow, see, this is why I like to go, because then you could see the things there, you could feel it, know it, you know, rather than go online because you don't know what you're getting. And I remember buying stuff from Amazon, like D-rings and stuff, and I wasn't satisfied with them. They didn't look good, so I returned them. But you know, that's why I wanted to find somewhere where I could literally go and see them in person and be like, yeah, this is what I want, because I hate the hassle of having to return things, you know. And then that just puts a delay in the project that you're working on. So that was one of the things I was looking for, but I did not find it. So I did find things where I can go and buy to make my jewelry. And when I say dirt cheap, I mean like $1.50 for like a dozen little spacers, or, you know, any charms, whatever. But they had it was really good quality, unlike some of the places I had ordered online, that I just have them there because they are not the quality that I want. And they were a little bit more pricey than $1.50, $2, you know. But anyways, so we moseyed along, looked at all the shops, and what was there in the corner of my eye? Michael Levine. And I was like, OMG, we gotta go there. Like, I was just like, woo, you know, a deer with their headlight, their eyes, you know, just big and bright. And I was just ready. I wanted to go to Michael Levine's. I had heard a lot about it and I wanted to go. So we finished walking all the way around and then came to the opposite side where Michael Levine's was at. Because when I say there's a lot, there was a shops for just everything. I mean, just everything that you could think about except for hardware, of course. That could be from dressmaking to clothing, you know, again, upholstery. So we went, I did, and you know, the other thing I was looking for was like a lot of cotton fabrics because, or canvas, because that's what I use to make my bags and wallets with. And I didn't really find a whole lot of those shops there. I think we kind of missed a couple blocks because of how we walked. And I think we're going to probably go out there another time just to, you know, walk around again and take more. And this time I'm going to take notes of the stores that I want to go to. So that way, when I do have the money to go and purchase these fabrics or items, I know what stores I saw it at and where I'm going to go, because there was a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. So let's just talk about Michael Levine. So we walk into Michael Levine, and you know, I was such in shock that I didn't even take a video or take pictures. I took pictures of the other place where we were at, or I took a clip of a video, and maybe I will insert that video so you could see where we were at. It does have music, so well, I don't get monetized anyway, so we'll see. We'll see if YouTube lets me proceed with my videos on my channel if I play it. I'll see if I can tone it out so you can kind of just see, but I don't know. It's hard to use, you know, the apps on your phone to edit because the phone is so small and it doesn't allow you to do all the things you could do on a laptop. So that's why I said, we'll see if I can do that. But anyways, let's move along into Michael Levine's, right? It was so neat. I was like in fabric shock, and I was just like, oh, they have leather. I love leather. I love working with leather. I cannot wait to be able, maybe in a year or two, to buy a leather sewing machine that way, or even an industrial sewing machine. That way I can sew, you know, the type of bags that I want to put out. I am working on some designs, my own designs now, you know, just sketching them out. So we'll see how that pans out in a year or so. That's my goal in a year. Anyways, because, you know, buying the machines and the threads and leather isn't that pricey depending where you go, and you can get good quality leather. And I have seen a few places. So yeah, so to get all that, I'm giving myself a year to do that and to finalize my sketches and create my patterns. And I'm doing testing with fabrics that I don't, you know, really think is going to sell, you know, as a bag. So I'm doing testing with those kind of fabrics. But let's just talk about Michael Levine again. So we walked in, and again, even my husband. Now, you guys, if you've seen the little fabric hauls that I've done, and I've talked about my husband picking out fabric. Well, we walked into Michael Levine. You thought I would be out of control. No, he was out of control. He was literally out of control looking at these fabrics. They had lots of cotton fabric there, and leather, and a lot of apparel fabric, and just everything, and it just all of the fabrics, and I was just like, it was like I went into, it's like if I saw the Queen of London or England, you know, just like, it was just amazing. It was just amazing to be in that store, okay? Now, while I was in Michael Levine, I couldn't stop thinking about Moods. And I was like, what time is it? What time is it? We can't miss going to Moods. We got to go to Moods, and we got to allow myself some time to be in Moods, right? But Michael Levine, you know, had a lot of great fabric. I enjoyed being there. And then my husband looked at me and he said, you know what? look, there's some cotton remnants. Why don't you go ahead and pick a few? The prices are fair, and I'm gonna get them for you. So of course I got excited, right? Who's not gonna get excited about buying fabric? Even if it's remnants, I get excited because I love fabric. I absolutely love fabric. Well, guess what happened? You guessed it right. My husband ended up picking some fabric and now wants me to create stuff with it. And you know what? Maybe I'm going to go ahead and show you that fabric because y'all know my husband's taste. Like, y'all know my husband's taste. It's just not that great. So give me a second and then we'll talk about this fabric. Okay, so I'm back with the fabric. I had to get up and get them, and I didn't want you to see the hot mess I got going on back here because I am making stuff, of course. And I am going to show you something else. So stay tuned. Don't click off yet. We're going to look at some fabric. So I picked up, well, my husband really picked up some cotton fabrics, most of the cotton fabrics. I probably got 3. And he didn't know that my kids had sent me money because they know that I'm not working. And my 2 younger kids, my son and my daughter, was like, you know, my son sent me like $40 and he's like, Mom, here's $40 so you can get something to eat or get things you need. And my daughter sent me, well, she sent me a lot of money, but I used 95% of it to pay my bills, and then she sent me another like $30 that day, and because she knew I was going downtown, and she's like, if you can get anything with $30, here's $30, so you could just spend, because she knows that I use it wisely. And I told her, all right, thank you, you know. And so he didn't know that my kids had sent me money, and anyway, I didn't use it. I ended up putting it towards a bill. But my plan was, wow, I could just get these other fabrics that I wanted with that, you know, that $30 and that $40. But of course, being a responsible person that I am, I paid my bills. And then I treated myself to eat on Monday. So yeah. Anyway, so here we go. I'm going to show you one of the fabrics my husband got. I already know what I'm going to make with this because it took from Saturday till today to really think about what I can make with this that somebody would buy. And here it is. Here's one. And yes, I know, trust me, I know. And I was just like, when I saw it, I said, what do you want me to make with that? He's like, I don't know. I'm just buying you the fabric that I like and you're just going to make something. And I'm like, if I can't see a vision with that fabric, it's going to take longer for me to think about what I want to make with this. So you'll have to wait and see what I make with this, but I've already, I pressed that one out because I got an idea. And we got this for a lining. He actually wanted something with a lot of print for the lining, and it was just clashing. And I was like, can you not pick the fabric and let me pick the fabric since you said I could get fabric? And he's like, well, go ahead and get what you want. Whatever. So this, I told him to get this one for the inside of that one. So these I've pressed. Those 2 are going to go together. The next one, I couldn't figure out what they were. I'm telling you. Oh, Lord Jesus, just help me out here. Here's the next one. At first, I thought these were like catfish. I don't know. I thought they were catfish. They still look like catfish to me. And I told my husband, well, what is that? Because they've got little thingies coming out over here. And he said, they're birds. And I'm like, it doesn't look like birds. And he said, yeah, they're birds. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what I'm making with this, and I don't know what they are. So yeah, this is the other fabric he chose. Then he wanted me to use this fabric as the inside to this fabric. And I'm like, no, sir. No, sir, you cannot use whatever that is, birds or fish, with this. roses. Well, this one isn't too bad, right? Yeah, so these are things that my husband picked out. Here, this is another one. And then, so I go and I pick out my little fabrics, and he picked out another one. He picked out this one. And I told him I could use this as a lining. So yeah, that was another one he picked out. No, it was this one. It was this one. I picked out this one. He picked out this one. And I thought, okay, this one's nice too. It's just a lot like the other one. But so when I went to when I had my things of fabrics, and I probably had, no, Jasper, they're up on the roof and he's barking, or he's going to start to bark. So please excuse him. So when I had my fabrics on my hand, I had to put some back because he was like, oh, the budget is this much. And I was like, oh, well, then why don't you put your fabric back since you said I could buy fabric? Well, that wasn't happening. And that's the whole reason why I hate going with my husband, because he does these things. He will tell me to go ahead and get them and either leave me to figure out how to pay for it, or he gets it all and tells me that I can only get one or two. Well, I was able to get 3 little pieces. Yes, 3. The prices were not that bad. So I did pick this one out, but I picked this one out to be a lining to something, to a different bag that I'm going to be making, to a different fabric that I have here that I've already had, right? The other one that I selected that I thought was really pretty was this one, because I really like leaves and I like the way that this contrast looks. You see the different colors, and that I really like this fabric, and I thought, wow, I know what I can make with this. And these are all remnants, guys. This one happens to be, I think this was like a yard. No, this was half a yard. No, a yard. But I really like the print. when I saw this fabric, I was like, I know what I want to make with that. I want that one. So I got this one. And the next one I got, I really love this. Yeah, you know, it's butterflies. I really like how colorful that is. I know what I'm going to make with this. This is going to be another project that I cut out. I normally cut, like, when I'm doing bags or wallets or stuff like that, I normally cut like 3 or 4 items out and keep them together, and then I just start to sew along and, you know, keep going. So I know what I want to make with this, and I cannot wait to make it. I love the butterflies. I love how colorful this looks. And yeah, so these are the items that we picked up at Michael Levine's. Now they do have remnants, and they do have it pretty cheap, or inexpensive, I should say. So yeah, so then we moseyed on over to Moods. And of course, I was not able to afford anything at Moods, but I was surprised at how small it was. Maybe the New York or New Jersey, wherever it's, I think it's New York or New Jersey, wherever the other facility is located, is bigger. Because, I mean, although they had a lot of fabrics, I didn't feel like, I felt like I was looking for certain types of fabrics just to see if they had it. They also had leather, but again, more on the pricey side. Michael Levine was not that pricey. So I apologize for that noise. I don't know what they're doing on the roof. Yeah. Anyway, so Mood Fabrics, they had a lot of beautiful fabrics, okay? But give me just a second. Sorry about that, guys. The only way he won't bark at the people on the roof is if I hold him. And so now he's just going to be all up in my business here. He needs a haircut. He doesn't look like a poodle, does he? But he is. He needs a haircut badly. When we lived in Texas, it was easy because my daughter worked at the vet and they had grooming there. And so he would get it there. And now that we're here, it's just a little bit harder financially. And I feel bad for my little guy. Anyways, so Moods, we were talking about Moods. They had a lot of nice fabrics, pretty pricey. I was just kind of like scoping it out and looking at how they handled things and stuff like that. And people that were buying, it was weird because they would cut the fabric and then another lady would come and write a ticket, and then someone else would come and ring that person up. And I was just like, oh, that makes no sense. Like, why are you having so many people do so many different things when they've already cut it out It should be priced right there and then, and you just pay for it, you know, like you do at Joann's or any other fabric store. Well, there, they literally cut the fabric, write how much it is, then someone else comes, makes a ticket, even if you're just buying a pair of scissors, because I did see that with someone who bought a pair of scissors. They write a ticket and then you pay for it. You don't just say, oh, it's $12.99, ring it up. No, it was kind of weird how they did that. But their fabrics were really, really nice, and I cannot wait to get a job and buy fabrics from Moods, because there was a few of them that I had my eye on, and again, it's a little bit on the pricey side, but I know what I want to make with those particular fabrics, and so that'll be later down the line, maybe later towards the end of the year. I don't know when that's going to be, because I don't know when I'm going to get a job, because it's been over a year and I still haven't found a job. So anyways, let's not talk about that. Let's talk about fabrics. And yeah, so my husband and these weird fabrics that he chooses makes it really hard for me to make stuff. However, if you remember on one of those fabrics that we had bought, or he had bought me, I didn't know what I was going to do, and I created something with that, and I want to show you that. And I think it actually looks really well. It looks really, really good. And I'm going to go ahead and grab this. I hope he doesn't bark. I have to put him down, but I have a feeling he is going to bark. And so this is going to be really hard. So let me grab it. And then one of my girls, she broke, and that was Betty. Her legs just gave out. So my husband was going to try to take it to his job and have it epoxied. He works at a collision repair facility, and the mechanics back there use epoxy, I think it's called. I don't know. Anyway, he was going to try to fix her before we just buried her and gave her a funeral. So I have Lucy over here because Betty is undergoing surgery. She has feet issues. So yeah, and I'm just, you know what, let me just try to see if I can scoot her over here without having to break her either as well. Okay, so here she is, and here is the item that I made, and it is a bag. Let's see if I put my dog down for a second, and hopefully you can see. Here is the bag, and it's a big bag, and I think I did really good. I think I like how this bag turned out, to be honest with you. It is sturdy. You could wear it crossbody, or you could wear it to the side, you know, over the shoulder. But yeah, it has 4 big pockets. Like here's one, and there's one on the opposite side. And this is canvas that I put in here just to contrast and to give it that give it more durability. And I probably should have done that with the bottom, but it's okay. It has part of it here. And yeah, I really like how this turned out, and I think it looks good. This was that shell fabric that my husband had got that selected, and I didn't know what to make with it. And then I thought, you know what, it'll be good on a tote like this, because I feel like it's beachy, you know. But you could use this for anything. You could, you know, for anybody who loves shells, they could use this to go to the flea market or grab a few things from Walmart or Target, or even use it as a everyday tote if they wanted to, you know. Sometimes people have like small handbags or clutches, and then they have other items, and they're on like public transportation, and it's easier just to throw everything into one big bag and then just, you know, take out what they need as they go along their day. Because I know I do that when I travel anywhere. I'll take a big tote bag, and then I'll take a smaller crossbody bag and stick it in there with my lotion, a book, or anything like that. So that way in a water bottle, anything like that to put inside. So that way I can just carry it all in one place. But then when I get to my destination, if I don't want to carry the tote anymore, just carry my smaller crossbody bag. So that is what this is for. You could use this for that as well. Actually, you can use this for basically anything you want. But yeah, so this is the bag that I made, and that's the side, and that's the other side. And then the inside is, you know, this gray, to kind of highlight the grays. And then there's pockets on the sides as well. This big pocket that's here is in the inside on the opposite side as well. So yeah, but yeah, I think this bag came out pretty cool. It took up a lot of fabric. It has a lot of fabric, and it has a lot of interfacing. So I did use a lot of SF 101. So I did use a lot of that. Except for on the canvas pieces, I didn't use that. So I think that I have enough. What I want to do is create another one all black out of canvas, and then put the pockets of the seashell, because I have a little bit more fabric to do that. And I think I'm going to do that. So that way, you know, it's all black, and then you just have small little pieces of seashells on there. But yeah, so this could be for that person that loves seashells, or loves the beach, or just loves a really good tote. I think this one looks adorable. I honestly do. So yeah, that is the other things those are the things I've been making now. Unfortunately, with the fabric that my husband picked up at Michael Levine's this past weekend, will not turn into one of these because it's not enough. Plus, I just don't know what to do with that fabric. I may just make little pouches of that fabric, you know, to do like put makeup in, or I don't really know what I'm gonna do with those other ones. Well, the one that is birdfish. I don't know, this weird one here, but the first one I already have an idea of what I'm gonna make, and I think it'll look nice. So that one I am gonna do. The second one, I'm just like, I haven't a clue, because I don't know what it is, and I may just do little pouches of sorts, and I'm not sure anyways. Anyway, now I'm rambling, so let me just end the video here, and I say bye to Jasper. And even though he looks like a hot mess, my poor little guy. Yes, I know. Now he's just whining. And we'll just talk soon. So thank you for staying to the end to see what I made with this fabric here. And stay tuned for more makes. We'll talk soon. Bye.